You are being watched right now, not by a person, not by a camera, by something older than language, older than fire. Your own brain is scanning the room. It has been scanning since you woke up, and it is looking for something that almost certainly is not there, something that last threatened your ancestors 2 million years ago. You feel it when a shadow moves and your head snaps toward it before you decide to look. You feel it when you sit in a restaurant and choose the seat with your back to the wall. You feel it when a branch snaps in the dark and your chest tightens before your mind has formed a single thought. That is not anxiety. That is one of the oldest survival programs ever written, running in hardware that has barely changed since the Pleistocene. To understand why, you have to go back. Your ancestor is small, no claws, no armor, no great speed. What they have is a brain with a structure no bigger than an almond doing the most important work of their short life, the amygdala. It does not think, it reacts. Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux mapped what he calls the low road of fear. When your senses detect something dangerous, a signal fires directly to the amygdala before your conscious brain receives the information, in roughly 12 milliseconds. Your awareness lags nearly 200 milliseconds behind. You are afraid before you know you are afraid. That is not a flaw. The ancestors who paused to analyze whether that shape in the grass was a branch or a leopard are not your ancestors. The ones who flinched first survived. They passed that flinch down, across hundreds of thousands of generations, all the way to you. You are the descendant of the nervous ones. Researcher Martin Seligman showed that humans are not born afraid of everything equally. We are born primed to fear specific things: snakes, spiders, darkness, fast movement in the periphery, the feeling of being watched from behind. Evolution pre-installed these fears because they were the things that killed your ancestors most reliably. Darkness is the most revealing. Your night vision is poor. In the dark, your ancestors could not see the leopard at the edge of camp. So your brain evolved to treat darkness as actively threatening. Try turning off every light in your home and standing still for 60 seconds. Notice your breathing change. Notice your ears open wider. That is ancient hardware doing exactly what it was designed to do. Protecting you from something that no longer exists in your home, but that your genome cannot yet confirm is gone. Because the threat is gone. The hardware is not. This is why your nervous system treats a difficult conversation with your manager the same way it would treat growling in the dark. The amygdala does not distinguish between a social threat and a physical one. It floods your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. You become briefly less intelligent and more physical, perfectly calibrated for running from a leopard, counterproductive in a performance review. Researcher Daniel Goleman called this the amygdala hijack, that moment when the ancient brain outruns the modern one. It happens dozens of times a day, and the group mattered too. Lone humans on the Pleistocene savanna died quickly. Rejection from your group was not painful the way a preference is painful. Rejection was potentially fatal. So your brain evolved to treat social rejection with the same urgency as physical danger. Brain imaging studies by researcher Naomi Eisenberger showed that the same neural circuits processing physical pain also process social exclusion. To your brain, being left out and being hurt are not meaningfully different experiences. This explains why you replay a conversation that went badly at 2 in the morning, why you check how many people liked your post. You are not neurotic. You are running a survival program that calculates social rejection as life-threatening, because for most of human history, it was. Your anxiety is not a malfunction. It is overperformance. A system calibrated for a dangerous world running at full sensitivity in a relatively safe one. Studies by psychologist James Gross at Stanford showed that naming your fear out loud engages the prefrontal cortex and measurably reduces amygdala activity, not suppressing the fear, translating it, giving your modern brain a moment to catch up to your ancient one, to say, this is not a leopard, this is a meeting. Tonight, when the lights go off and something in the dark makes you pause, something ancient in you will scan the edges of the room. Your ears will open, your skin will prickle. You will not think any of this, you will only feel it. But now you know what it is. 2 million years of survival looking out for you in a world it no longer recognizes. You are being watched right now, by the part of you that kept every one of your ancestors alive, and it is not going to stop.